one, it's cold outside. Two, there's still people out here getting money. Yours truly. And three, you anywhere where it's cold right now, man, be safe and bundle up however much money it is. It ain't worth getting sick or, risking your safety for it. So think of it on that level.
White foot for Cleveland, hustler all evening. Haters try to block you on the route, take a scenic. Ooh. Looking like cribs.
Sun is at me, y'all. It is super brizzy, super bright, but I can like it like that. But yeah, so we gonna pull up. We're gonna drop this. I'm gonna try to take y'all with me on this because from my understanding, I'm pulling up to like a warehouse or something like, oh no. The first drop is not that, but when I'm getting ready to pull up to the warehouse, I'm gonna show y'all as we pulling up. All right, y'all. Drop this first order off. Tip gang, I told y'all, it's lovely when it's cold outside. I mean, not super lovely, but it's lovely. So that 3-item order. Crispiness. Tip gang. Let's get on to the next. I didn't start early today, so, well, I didn't start as early as I normally do. So I normally start at 8. Today, I started at 9, but I actually didn't accept my first order till like 10 o'clock or something like that. So it is now 12 o'clock. I've done 2, or this is my second. I had one shop before this and I made like $20. It was like 16 items from Aldi's and it was a 2-mile drop off. It took me literally, 30 minutes to complete that entire order. I made $17. I don't think they tipped me in the app, but I don't think the lady tipped me when I got there. But if I'm wrong about that, I apologize to you, lady. I don't remember if the lady tipped me on the first job today. On this second job, the second batch, I got 2 orders. They sent me to Costco to pick up 25 items, which out of those 25 items, even though it's for 2 orders and it was 25 items total, one person only had 3 items. The other person had 22 items, and out of those 22 items, how many were it? It was like 6 cases of Sprite, 5 cases of Coke, 2 cases of Coke Zero. That's 13. And then it was 5 cases of another Coke, like Diet Coke or something like that. So it was like 18 cases. All of that, it was like 18 cases of pop. That was the second order. Sorry if I'm confusing y'all, but I had 1 order and then I got another batch which consisted of 2 orders. One of the orders had 3 items, the other orders had a bunch, but they were together at Costco. I shopped them both. I just dropped off the first order of this batch. Now I'm going to drop the second order, which is the big order, and I'm dropping this to a business. And the guy already sent me a text and told me, come around to the west side of the building and come to the back apparently there's a dock. So it would, so obviously I won't have to wheel this stuff somewhere, even though I do have a dolly. And I would advise any people that's out here, like, get you a dolly. And I got a dolly because I do other things too. I do roadie. You're going to need a dolly. You're going to need tools, moving equipment if you're going to move things. I'm going to talk more about roadie in some videos to come, but the reason I haven't talked about it as much because it's difficult for me. As a new driver, it's a little difficult to get some of the better jobs with roadie. So until I figured out some type of, through my trial and error, that I can give you information that will be helpful to you, I'm going to continue to do my research and try to experience a little bit before I start telling y'all, hey, this is what you do, because I really don't know. I mean, I got a little system that works for me. I'm gonna tell you the main thing about Roadie, the system that'll work for you, is that the best way, well, I can't even say the best way to do it, but one way to do it is you can kind of pre-plan paying for certain trips that you are already maybe about to go on. So let's say you was considering, I don't know, I just want to throw some, let's say you're going to Disney World, for example, okay? And you got to get to Florida, and I'm not talking about, I mean, even if you are from Florida and you're not from Orlando or whatever, you know, you're going to Disney World, and you know you're going, what day you're going on and everything in advance. So what you would do is you would go into the Roadie app and you will try to search for jobs that need things taken in that direction. So for example, if you are in Florida, you might not find as many things that need to go in the direction of Orlando, but if you're in, like, I'm in Ohio, so I all the time see gigs going to Florida, all the time, you know, where people pay you $400 or $500 to take an item or two and drive it to Florida. So if I'm already driving to Florida for my vacation and I happen to pick up on an item or something that to drive down there for extra $400 or $500, then I kind of pay for my, you know what I mean? I pay for my trip, you know, with that. So that's something to look at it. There's ways to do it. You can set up trips, like you can set a trip to pick something up, drop something off in California, pick something up in Colorado, drop it off in Texas, pick something up in Texas, and drop it off in Atlanta and be back home. You could do that if you want to. You can connect jobs with each other to where, yeah, you might be gone for about a week or two, but you're gonna come back with a couple $1,000s in your pocket. And the tips are a lot different with those type of jobs. A lot of this stuff is precious items that people were already going to have to pay too much in order to get it shipped somewhere. You know, rare items, bulky items sometimes, you know, you can't take every job. If you got an SUV or a car, you might run across items that you can only take in a pickup truck or a van. But some of the jobs are worth it. You could rent a van, and if you do enough jobs, it will pay for itself. So I'll get into that a little later, but you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and drop this little stuff off. I'm finna pull up, so I want to make the adjustment. I'm gonna flip my camera around so that when I pull up, we can see, you know, y'all can see what I'm rocking with. Let's do it. All right, y'all, they finna help me grab this, so hold on one second. Appreciate it. Oh, all right, grind gang. Woo, woo, woo. That was a good one right there. Good thing about it was you can see that I'm at the dock. I just pulled right up. If you can see, they got, let me show you. They pulled out a pallet, and they just had me stack all that stuff right there on the pallet, and actually they came out and helped me. Tip. Gang. Tip gang. That's a $60 tip, plus I already made $20 today. That's $80 cash tip. I made $60 cash tip off that, plus, I'm sorry, let me put my, too excited. Woo, getting this money. See what y'all talking about. And she pretty much told me the next time I come there, because I had to go in, I had to show them my phone, then they set it up for me, brought a pallet out, came out, helped me stack it on the pallet, and they brought it in. So it took about 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, maybe at the longest up in there, but it was cool. $60 tip. And I I think they tipped me in the app initially anyway, but we'll see. Let's see what this is. Like I said, y'all, I just can't take every order. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about no acceptance rate. I mean, you know, I like it to be high, but I don't like it to be high that much that I'm just gonna drive 20 miles for $10 or any of that. None of that. I'm not doing none of that. But that was a nice lick. That means I made like $113 off that one. They paid me $53 in the app. They tipped me $60. That was $110 off of one order. All I be looking to make from Instacart is $100 by 12. It's 12:19, so I might be a little late, but you know, to make $100 by, you know, I actually made more than that. I just made $100 off that one, so it was a good one. Everybody always want to talk about the dish orders. Talk about some of the good orders y'all get. I'm tired of hearing it. Instacart, but Instacart, whatever. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? Whining about it. Go get it. The bag. Anybody else talk about slave work? How's this slave work? Y'all was with me most of that time. What did I do? I went to the grocery store. I picked up some cases of pop and I dropped them off. What was slave about that for $100? Man, I done did way less than that. I'm sorry. Man, I done did way more than that for way less money. Stop playing. And some of y'all have too. Are you trying to act like you get so much money from everything? Some of y'all do more to get this money. Then when it come to Instacart, if you got to do something like bring their groceries into their living room or, you know what I'm saying, something like that. I don't get paid for that, but you could get paid for that, though. You don't, but you could, though. I mean, you know, I'm out here grinding, but technically I only was locked in for a few hours today, so they might send me one more before it's all said and done. We gonna see. Yeah, so I put in my couple of hours. I made a couple of dollars. So my goal is to get about $20, $25 per Instacart shift, regardless of how many hours I work. I only like I be looking for, you know, about $20 to $25 in tips. So when we making $80 in tips so far, obviously I well exceeded that. So I did what I was trying to do tip-wise. I'm pretty sure I made in the app what I was trying to make. You, for those of you guys who already watch this channel, you know when I set out to do Instacart in the morning, as long as I'm done at a decent amount of time, you know, my goal is to make $100, you know, and a lot of times I do. Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. So that's always my goal. And, you know, if I start hitting that goal more often, then I'll set my goal a little bit higher. But I think that's a decent goal to ask for. I try to make about 100 Instacart in the morning, and then I'll try to make 100 split between DoorDash and skip the dishes at night, or split between Grubhub and skip the dishes at night. It just depends on which days. Like some are popping Grubhub. Like, this the thing, where I live, Grubhub is not popping like some of the other places that Grubhub is. If you watch some of the people I watch, if you check out my dude Paid to Drive Pete, if you watch him, he do Grubhub mostly, and I can't think right offhand where exactly he does it at, but it's popping where he is. If you look down in, I think Atlanta, where my boy Beezy is, Black Love, Beezy, look my dude, Black Love, look my boy Beezy up. He do Grubhub, that's all he do. And he be making a killing, you know what I'm saying? Most times, he making like $1,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes more. doing just straight Grubhub. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's what a lot of y'all gotta understand. A lot of y'all that be sending me, you know, asking me how much can you make, like, it's different. It depends on your market. I can't make $1,000 a week doing Grubhub where I live. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. It's not enough business that would allow me to get $1,000 worth of business in Grubhub, and I will spend most time sitting around. You know what I mean? And Grubhub, where I live, Grubhub, it covers such a wide area. That's the one thing I probably don't like about it, is that the area it covers is so large. You know, so that means like, DoorDash, it has large areas, but they're also broken down into, you know, zones. Instacart has large area, but it's also broke down into zones. The zones are large in Instacart, but it's still broken down into zones. With Grubhub, it's 3 zones. Where I live at, it's 3 zones in the area that you can work. Any of those zones you work in, you can end up in another zone by the time you finish. You know, so I don't like about Grubhub, they do mall orders. Mall orders. Got time for that. What I mean by mall orders, like, okay, so they'll send you to go pick up something, and then when you get there, you'll realize it's in the mall. You gotta park. You gotta go into the mall. Like, you gotta park outside in the parking lot of the mall, which, I mean, a lot of you guys, I'm not sure how many of you guys still got malls, but we only have 3 or 4 malls left. So, I mean, just the fact that they even ask you $5, $6, $7 to park your car, walk inside of the mall, get an order, sometimes have to wait for it, and then end up being late a lot of times because of what you got to go through. They don't consider what you got to go through to get inside of the mall. That's something I don't like about Grubhub. And it's been once or twice with DoorDash, they came at me with that, but that's not a normal thing with DoorDash. They don't send you to the mall very much. It is a normal thing with Grubhub. If you work Grubhub during the day, the afternoon, it is. You're going to go to the mall a lot around here in this area. So I ain't really got time for that. You know, you wasted a lot of time. Something that you're picking up should only take 5 minutes. You know, you got to park. That's going to take you, honestly, it'll probably take you about 15 minutes to get inside of the mall and get the food and get back out. And that's if they got the food ready. Might take you longer than that. So many times. Oh, I wonder if it's this lady's job. Because if it is, she'll just have me put it. Oh no. I make deliveries over in this area all the time. It's like a lot of apartment complexes, and it's also some office buildings over here. And this lady, she works right here, which it don't look like she at work today. I don't see her truck, probably because it's cold out and everybody's not at work. But normally what she'll do, she orders from Instacart for her home, but she does it while she's at work, and she'll have you come, and she always has her car parked right there, and she'll just tell you, just pull up next to her car. She pops her trunk, you take it right out of your truck and put it in her trunk, like right there, and it's pretty cool. She's nice. I've come to her so many times. Sometimes she won't even come outside. She'll pop the trunk from inside or wherever she's at, and I'll just sit in the trunk, close it, and peace out. You know what I'm saying? And she always leave a nice tip, so I think it's cool. And she always gives nice reviews. I like tips, but nice reviews are better, if you ask me.
Ain't fucking nothing about this heat. Ain't nothing but money around there. See me while I'm out here pounding these streets.